Good morning. Maryland Governor Larry Hogan was first elected in 2016 and overwhelmingly re-elected in 2018. He has worked to create a more business-friendly environment, provide citizens with tax relief, while addressing the state's environmental issues, with a particular focus on the Chesapeake Bay, which in recent years has achieved record-setting water quality standards. It's a wonderful honor to introduce a leader who has proven he can bring people together in a bipartisan, common sense manner. And I will also add Maryland joined the U.S. Climate Alliance of now 23 governors in January, which was formed to support the Paris Agreement. Governor Hogan.
Well, good morning. Good morning. Thank you very much. It's great to be here with all of you. It really is an honor to be here to welcome you all to Maryland, and it's wonderful to be here with you for this National Climate Leadership Summit. This is an important conversation that is needed, I believe, now more than ever, and we're really honored to be hosting you here in Baltimore. And thank you for the kind introduction. It was 2014 I was actually elected, but I got 2 extra years of work in there. But thank you very much, and I want to thank you and your team at the Climate Registry, along with Bob Perciasepi, President of the Climate Center for Energy Solutions. And I want to thank all of the sponsors of this event. I especially want to thank Ann and Bob for their incredible efforts to ensure that Maryland's story of environmental leadership and stewardship is shared with the world at the Paris Climate Accord workshops and at the Global Council of the Parties summits. I also want to recognize Chris Crane, the CEO of Exelon. Chris, I want to thank you. I don't see where Chris is. Chris, I want to thank you for your continued leadership on energy issues, climate change, and the challenges of restoring the Chesapeake Bay. For 4 years now, Maryland has been leading the charge when it comes to real bipartisan common sense solutions to promote clean energy investment and green jobs and to make our environment cleaner and healthier. While Washington, in my opinion, has continued to fail on these issues, Maryland has continued to lead. We were proud to join as Ann mentioned, the U.S. Climate Alliance, which is a bipartisan group of governors from across America, which is committed to reducing greenhouse gas emissions consistent with the goals of the Paris Agreement. Through this smart, coordinated state strategy, we are working in a bipartisan manner at the state level to ensure that America continues to contribute to the global effort of addressing climate change. In 2016, I was proud to enact legislation to strengthen our goal of reducing greenhouse gas emissions by 40% by 2030. with net benefits to Maryland jobs and our state economy. These clean air standards that we enacted are stronger than 48 other states and nearly twice as strong as the Paris Accord recommendations. Maryland has also been active in a bipartisan, we enacted a bipartisan commission on climate change in our state, and we've been a leader in climate adaptation, resilience, and preparedness. I was proud to enact legislation to expand the Climate Change Commission, and I want to give a shout out to my colleague on the Board of Public Works, our state treasurer, Nancy Kopp, who I believe is here with us this morning. She's a terrific key advocate and leader on Maryland's Climate Change Commission and on these efforts. Where is Nancy Kopp? Treasurer Kopp, right back here. Thank you, Nancy. Our state is championing, that's a hard word to say, championing infrastructure, green infrastructure, open space, and a first of its kind Climate Leadership Academy for local officials and citizens. And recently we announced our intention to ban the manufacture and use of hydrofluorocarbons, a super polluting greenhouse gas, because businesses and environmental groups know that climate-friendly alternatives are available and crucial to meeting our goals. We continue to be a leader in the Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative. Maryland's Secretary of the Environment, who is just an incredible leader on all of these issues, Ben Grumbles, is here with us today. He's currently serving as the chair of RGGI, the Regional Greenhouse Gas, whereas Secretary Grumbles deserves a lot of credit for all of our efforts. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Together, over the history of this, the 10-year history of this incredible program, states have already, states part of RGGI, have already cut emissions in half, collected over $3 billion in proceeds, and generated thousands of jobs and billions in economic benefits to state economies and public health. And RGGI continues to grow. We've been working hard to get our neighbors in Virginia and New Jersey to join us, and we're getting close to making that happen. That will bring the number of states from 9 to 11, and when we're able to complete that, RGGI states will collectively represent the fourth largest economy in the world, and we will send a loud, strong, and clear message about the power of environmental investments. 2019 is also proving to be the year of clean transportation. Our administration is proud to have a strong track record when it comes to promoting zero-emission vehicles and electric vehicle charging infrastructure, and increasing transportation choices for drivers, riders, and businesses. In this current legislative session, we have about 17 days left in our annual 90-day legislative session. We're pushing hard for an expansion of our Clean Cars Act, which increases funding and innovation for zero-emission vehicles. In addition, our $76 million settlement with Volkswagen, we have a spending plan to put all of that, our participation in the 9-state transportation and climate initiative is going to lead to real progress in meeting our state's climate and clean air goals without halting our greenhouse gas reduction and traffic relief infrastructure efforts. When it comes to clean and renewable energy solutions, together we must ensure energy affordability, reliability, and resilience while staying focused on local impacts and opportunities. In Maryland, that means a greater emphasis on homegrown energy and local green energy jobs in our state as we continue to reduce emissions from fossil fuels. We're also committed to continuing to emphasize adaptation and resilience to protect our citizens, our coastlines, and other areas under threat of flooding and sea level rise. All of these are vital and important steps that will help us in our efforts to slow climate change, but we cannot do this work alone. In Maryland for the past 4 years, we've worked really hard to create an environment of trust and cooperation where the best ideas rise to the top, regardless of which side of the aisle they come from, based on their merit. We haven't demanded Democratic solutions or Republican solutions. We simply sought out bipartisan common sense solutions that worked for the people of our state. We found a way to acknowledge our different views without allowing them to obstruct our path forward. And I believe that it's that kind of common sense pragmatism that we need a lot more of today. We need leaders on both sides of the aisle, both here at home and abroad, who are willing to work together in order to meet these very important challenges head on. I want to thank you again for giving me the opportunity to join you here this morning, and I want to thank each and every one of you for your partnership and for your leadership on clean energy and climate change. I hope that you have a very productive conference, and I hope you enjoy your stay here in Maryland. Thank you very much.